Well, hello everybody. It's Mark and Colleen. And we have a studio audience tonight.
Yes.
Andrew Greer, Jeff Bennett from Second Baptist Church, the Kingwood campus. Because, you know, Second Baptist Church in Houston is one church, 6 campuses. Are they trying to take over everything?
Well, we are. Absolutely.
They're taking over people. Praise saints. How's your Pentecostal world doing?
Doing great.
Is it doing good?
Yeah. Yes.
How was your day?
It was a good day because I'm on spring break, so just kind of taking it easy.
You didn't have to teach?
I didn't teach today all week.
And this daylight savings time, look, it's still, you can't see, but it's still light outside, and I love that. And I know you people are coming in from all over the world. Hello, Dana Reed and Vicki Harris and Christy Taylor and Sandy Orpel and Jenrick. You got 2 names that sound alike. Wayne King, Patty Jack, Margot Griffin. Hello, everybody watching on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. We're everywhere now. It's the first night, and it's actually working. We are on Dinner Conversations Facebook page. We're on my fan page, Mark Lowry page. We're on Twitter. We're on YouTube. And I love this.
Where else could you be?
You understand all that, right?
Oh, yeah, I do.
How
clear as mud to me.
Because you're not on Facebook?
I'm not on any of that.
I just don't understand it.
But
have you ever made the cover of the Singing News?
I have not.
I
you
am
have.
on the cover
Wow.
of the Singing News, and they talk about Mondays with Mark and Dinner Conversations, and we have a big announcement. Yeah.
They talked about us?
I think so. Yeah.
Yes,
Well, they
that
talk.
might
I don't know. There we are. There you are, right there. See, there's pictures.
Look at that.
There, Dinner Conversations
It's a
and
great
Andrew.
article. It's a really,
Is it?
yeah, I read it.
It's
Yeah.
not Mark?
Danny Phillips wrote
You
it.
be quiet till it's your turn.
Yeah.
Good
It's a good
night.
article.
These millennials, you know, he's probably still living at home. And he's about 40. Are your kids still living at home?
They are.
They are.
They are, yeah.
Taylor and Tyler. She is a single mother of 2.
I am.
Y'all, they're pushing 30, but she's a single mother of 2.
I am, and they're wonderful.
They are wonderful,
Yeah,
but they need to
24/7.
get out and get a job. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
they work.
That's what Taylor says.
Yeah.
What does he say?
He's 24/7 security
That's right.
and masseuse, and he goes down the list. Yeah, it's
He
funny.
is so funny. Thank you all. Let me see what else we're going to talk about today. We have a whole list of things to discuss with you. If you're on YouTube, please hit subscribe and tap that little bell so you'll be notified when we go live. If you're on Facebook, hit like, follow, and share to your Facebook page right now. Share it so that your friends can see what our big announcement is tonight. I hope you think it's big. I think it's big. Twitter, please follow me or whatever you do on Twitter. And we made people love our recipe sections.
I know.
Our recipe
Our
segments.
cooking
What do you think
segment.
We're not holding the audience's
What
attention.
do you think?
I hear murmuring.
The chili was good.
It's like when David Phelps was back there while me and Bill were trying to be funny, I'd hear murmuring. And I knew he was being a lot funnier than we were, and I wanted to hear what he was
Praying
saying.
to God for help.
So,
Prompting you.
yeah.
Prompting.
So, what was I talking about?
Our recipes.
Oh, our key lime pie.
Tonight?
Yes, I made the key lime pie. This is my recipe, and I'm going to show everybody right now. Colleen and I went in there, and she helped me. But no, she did the. You kind of ruled the hot water cornbread, but
I did, yeah.
I rule the key lime pie.
He does.
So today we're making key lime pie. When I was in Key West, as soon as Colleen quits clomping around,
You got it going?
stand over right here. We went to Key West, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and we had key lime pie, and we had Kermit's. Let me show you. There's a place down there called Kermit's Key West Key Lime Juice. Now, I normally wouldn't use this kind of lime juice out of the bottles you buy at the Kroger. I'd use fresh, but I don't know what he does. This is fresh. I don't know if it's got any, see if I could read this small print, I'd know if it's bad for you, but it's really good, it's real strong. And so Colleen's gonna put together the crust. Now this is a graham cracker crumbs And it's a cup and a quarter cup. 1 cup of them and then another and a quarter cup. And then you add the sugar. That's a quarter cup of sugar. Just dump
So
that.
you bought these already in a box, right?
Yeah, in a box, already crumbled.
Okay.
Put the sugar in, quarter cup of sugar. And then the melted butter. It's right here. Yeah. You want to drink it?
It smells good.
And those nuts, pecans. Now, this is something I add to the recipe. Put some pecans in the crust, and they are good. You gotta dump all these in here. It's real simple recipe. In fact, it's on the bottle of lime juice.
Everything, right?
Yeah,
The whole recipe?
except this. And then you take Eagle brand sweetened condensed milk. Do not get carnation milk. Get the sweetened condensed milk and try not to eat the whole can before you get it in here. A bowl right here. We're gonna put 2 cans of this and like that. Here's another can, Eagle brand. It's so good. If you're careful, you can lick the can without cutting your tongue.
That smells so good.
That's really good.
Buttery.
Really bad for you.
Cookie smell.
I mean, if you're diabetic, you probably shouldn't eat this,
Well,
but it is good.
key lime is refreshing.
So now you don't put the lime juice in till last because it'll cook. That's what starts the cooking process. Now 6 egg yolks. Pour that in there. And you mix, I mix all this up first. The carnation milk and the eggs. Get them going real good.
Not carnation.
I mean, sweetened condensed milk and the eggs. Mix that up like that. Now, is that mixed up now?
I think so, yeah.
Pour that in here, into the pie shell. So we're almost ready. Now this will go in the oven once she gets it all pressed in real good for 10 minutes in a 375 degree oven. And then we're gonna, once this is done out of the oven after 10 minutes, and it didn't even have to cool down, then we're gonna pour the lime juice, 3/4 cup key lime juice, and I go a little over because I like it tart. I'm gonna pour that in there and stir, stir, stir. The lime juice will start cooking the eggs, and then you pour it in here. Now, Mama never did cook it. We ate raw eggs back in the day because she would make this when I was a kid, and she never cooked it. She put it in the fridge, and we just ate it
Like
because the limes.
the lemon icebox pie. That's what my grandmother did too.
Yeah. So that so we just ate, but now because of health reasons, we stick it in the oven for about 20 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes after we get it all mixed up, and that'll be in just a minute. But it goes in for, I'd say, about 8 minutes. And here it is. If you can see that. A little browner than it was. Then you leave that oven going. And Colleen, what you do next, she made the cornbread. I know how to make this.
Yes,
This is my
he's the
specialty.
expert at this. He's the master
Then
key
you
lime
take
pie
the
maker.
key lime juice, you pour it in here and stir, 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 and make sure you don't stir it out of the pot. Because I have done that. I've slung lime juice all over the kitchen because it takes a while to blend in there. And then you just stir it back and forth. And kind of when you go back and forth, it stirs in better rather than in circular motion. Just do like that. I learned that on those shows on the Food Network. You just keep stirring it in. It's getting thicker. Can you tell it's getting thicker? Pour it in. This way you use spatula. Gets all those, you don't want to leave any of this goodness. That could be the drop that sends you into a diabetic coma.
Oh, God.
And you don't want to miss that drop. Then back in the oven for about 15 minutes. Maybe 20.
It smells delicious. My favorite word.
There it is, y'all.
Ooh.
Key lime pie. Now what you
And
do,
the best.
what you do is you get you some whipped cream and put that around there, slice it up after it's cooled down, and it is delicious.
It is.
It is delicious.
It is so good. I
It's
tell
the best.
you,
Look,
if you like key lime pie, you need to try that.
It is.
It is.
And someone asked on here if it is, I've been reading the comments, that if it is 6 egg yolks, y'all, sorry. And is it fresh key lime juice? If you use the key lime in the bottle from Key West, from Kermit's, it's really good. But if you can't find that, I just use fresh.
But you did use fresh one time.
I did, and it was good.
It was good, but something about that juice from Kermit's
It's
just
good.
has
Jeff, I
a
wonder
really
how
good.
that key lime pie
I bet
tastes.
it's good. But
Well, I'll have to make another one because we ate all that one. Hey, let's see, what else? Oh, y'all, our sweet little Lou Wills Hildreth passed away. Her funeral will be tomorrow. If you Google Lou Wills Hildreth obituary, you can find out where. It's here in Houston if you're around. And next week, oh, by the way, I want to show you her picture in case some of you might remember her. Looks like you're her.
I know.
While you're sitting, your shoulder right there. Look at that. Anyway, that's Lou. She was so sweet. She was my booking agent when I was 11 years old. Wow. She booked the Skylight. She had an agency called the Skylight Talent Agency. And I signed a recording contract with Benson. The next day, they took me over to sign this with her at the Skylight Talent Agency. Can't even say it, so I shouldn't have been a part of it. But she passed away, and she was 90-something. Wow. I think right at 90. Her sweet husband, Howard, passed away in December, I believe it was. And it was one of those, I just don't want to be here without him. And she took off.
Colleen, is that how you feel?
She didn't want to be here without me. Hey, listen, Andrew Greer's here, y'all.
You hear me?
And he flew in for the big announcement. Are you ready? Colleen, let me have you step up. Andrew, put all your food away.
Colleen, would you like some Cheeto bars?
Get up here and do your giggle when it's not even funny. He giggles for no reason. I don't get it. I've never understood that. This
Full
is
of
Andrew
the joy
Greer.
of the Lord
Is your strength?
is my giggle.
Can you believe this? We're broadcasting to all these different places.
I know,
This
from
is
Houston.
It's an exciting
Yeah,
day.
It is an exciting day.
To be alive. I just love it. Why do I love it so much? I know when
Because
I
he's
get,
on the cover of Singing News.
No, I am honored by that, but I love gadgets. I know when I get to heaven, God's going to say, Mark, let me show you how I kept you moving in the right direction. He's going to take me to a pole with you'd think a carrot would be on the end, but it's going to be a gadget. And he just hangs those in front of me, and I chase it. And this particular little gadget allows us to broadcast everywhere, so I love that. So what is the big and before you do, before you show that, wait, before we tell that, I want to let you know who's going to be on our dinner conversations for season 2. Here it is.
Hi, I'm Mark Lowry. And I'm Andrew Greer. This is Dinner Conversations.
Turning the light on one question at a time. Oh, Father in heaven. Are we ready?
I think so.
Our season 2 guests include singer-songwriter Amy Grant,
Grammy winner Michael W. Smith with Jenny Owens, and Today Show host Kathy Lee Gifford.
American Idol Danny Gokey, and Dr. Caroline Leaf. Olympic gold medalist Scott Hamilton.
Thistle Farms founder and pastor Becca Stevens. Preacher Will Graham with Billy Graham's daughter, Gigi Graham.
Singing duo Seth and Nerva with Montel Jordan.
And multi-award winning female vocalist Crystal Lewis.
Now, why is he here? We didn't have alcohol tested.
This just got really weird.
This goes straight to nowhere.
So join us for season 2 of Dinner Conversations.
Turning the light on, one question at a time.
That's what happened here. I was looking for someone in their 60s, 70s, 80s.
Well, you found me. I had to wait till that laugh died down before I came back. It's going to be a good season.
It is. I'm surprised that we have those people on.
I am too.
I know. Yeah. Think about it.
Only our second season. The little podcast that could.
That could.
That's what Celeste calls it. Oh, by the way, Celeste, I hope you're watching. We love you.
We know she's not, but we do love you, Celeste.
She should be. Now.
Yeah, we went up to New York. We actually went to a lot of different places for this one.
Yeah.
We went to New York for Kathy Lee Gifford to the Today Show set. We went to Billy Graham's home, the first home.
Yes.
I believe that not many people have visited.
And met Gigi. I'd already met her, but that's Billy Graham's daughter, who he has loved the longest.
Not the oldest.
She is not the oldest, she informed us. She is his daughter he has loved the longest.
But really, out of the two of us, one is the oldest.
What now? Mean you?
Yeah.
Anyway,
All right.
What did that mean? Anyway,
Cheeto.
did y'all get it? I missed. What
They didn't think it was funny, obviously.
I didn't get it.
I don't know. It just...
Anyway, Gigi, you're gonna love her. She is my kind of
Hang.
Graham kid.
Do you remember that?
But I loved Will, and I loved Will Graham. Will I met first.
Do you remember on the blooper of that where we showed the blooper of you with Gigi Graham going, now this show is talking about dinner conversations, fine, but we have this really fun show called Mondays with Mark. And I was like, dinner conversations just a drag.
Well, we get serious.
We do get
This
serious.
is just fluff that I love, but it's Monday.
I wasn't going to say it.
Thank God it's Monday because you get to join me, and I look forward to this. Now, I know y'all may not, and the beautiful thing about this, you don't have to pay to watch it. You don't like it, turn it off. I can go as long as I want. This ain't NBC.
But
Ain't
speaking of
costing us
networks,
nothing. Okay, here you go. Here's the
Okay.
big announcement. Drum roll.
Cheeto pop.
Are you ready, y'all? Here it is. All right, kill it.
Pick up the Cheetos now.
We're going to be on
Amazon
Amazon
Prime.
Prime. Dinner Conversations is going. Now you may say, well, what's the big deal? The big deal is it's like, there's Netflix and then there's Amazon Prime. They are the two big deals. And Amazon, if you have Amazon Prime, and a lot of people...
For any reason.
Yeah, for any reason, like Colleen. She has Amazon Prime to get her, when she buys something on Amazon. She didn't realize you also can go see a lot of free television.
That's right. What's the first thing you're going to look up on Amazon Prime?
Dinner Conversation. But here's the deal.
took a little
It's
second.
not there yet. It's not up yet.
That's right. We will. So here's the deal. Season 2 of Dinner Conversations will debut exclusively. They are fighting over who's going to watch it first.
Oh, yeah.
Debuts exclusively, premieres on Amazon Prime. It will be up in the next, actually any day now, and we will tell you right here on Mark's Facebook page, on Dinner Conversations Facebook page,
Yeah.
on Andrew's Facebook
Yeah,
page.
tell them how to find your Facebook page. He has his own personal
That's right. You can
private-
go to, well, it's not private, but you can go to facebook.com/A Greer Music. That's for Andrew Greer Music. A lot of you follow me there, and that's some because of Mark. I
And
appreciate
Tiffany
that.
Coburn's coming up soon if you're tuned in to see Tiffany.
Are we done with the announcement?
No. But I just want anybody who's worried. Let's see what everybody's saying. Congratulations.
That's right.
Awesome. How many of you have type Amazon Prime in the comment? Because if you say yes, I have it, later when I read the comments, I may not remember what I asked. So in the comments, if you have Amazon Prime, just put Amazon Prime. And that way we can know how many of you have it. I hope you'll get it if you don't.
Well, the coolest thing is you get to binge watch it. You get to binge on us.
That's right. You can watch one episode right after the other once it's released, because they release them all at the
together
same time.
any day now. Isn't that interesting? Any day now. What a release
Any
day.
day now.
I'm excited. So you can go to also dinner-conversations.com to follow us or subscribe so that you'll know exactly when it comes out, because we'll make a big deal of it again.
I need some walk-off music.
For me?
I'm done with you. Jeff Bennett. Welcome, Jeff Bennett, everybody. Okay, you go. Jeff, come up here. Jeff does, I need walk-off music and walk-on music. That's what I need. So when I'm done with one guest, they'll know it's over. Hey. Jeff Bennett has become a good friend of mine. He is the minister of music. I think that's what, do you still call it that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Song director.
Song director?
No. Worship leader.
Worship leader. That's right. That's what they call it. Well, we had song directors.
I know.
Yeah.
He's evolved.
Worship leader. So And he's part of this huge Second Baptist Church, but you personally take people on tours, right?
We do. We just got back literally last Friday from Israel. We go every year, and we're doing the Footsteps of Paul coming up this October. And we'd love for you to go with us. Go to preludetours.com for more information. It's an amazing
let me put
trip.
that up there, preludetours.com.
Yes.
And who's going to, now the Footsteps of Paul's coming up?
Yes.
And who's going to go along to, surely you're not smart enough to tell them everything.
I do all
You
the
do?
teaching. Yes.
You're the teacher?
I do.
You're a music man. How do you
I
know?
know, right? It's not supposed to happen.
Do you have a theological degree?
I do.
Really?
Yes.
Do you have, in a Baptist church, Southern Baptist, do you have to have a theological degree to be a worship leader?
No.
Oh, you don't, but you just happen to have one.
Right.
Did you ever pastor?
No, never pastored.
Well, why'd you go to all that
I pastored
trouble?
the choir and my flock, my people.
Okay, but why did you go get a theological degree?
Well, because just to dive deeper into the scripture and understand the Bible, and
Okay.
because you don't do that as music. You gotta
So you tell them what all Paul did
do.
everywhere, every
Yeah.
step of the way.
go to Thessalonica and Berea and Philippi and Athens and Corinth and all these places. It's
That
amazing.
could be fun.
I got a question.
Yeah.
What's one of the most unique things that Paul, like on that tour, that you'll talk about that I wouldn't know, like that Paul?
Andrew asked what's something unique that we wouldn't normally know, or
Probably how much
the people are over here.
Oh, sorry. Probably how much he walked. He just did a ton of walking, and when you see the distance where he went from city to city and how long it would have taken and the persecution that he went through, you don't think about those kinds of things, that the conveniences that we have today, but
and you will
really
be
is amazing.
standing on spots that he stood
Absolutely.
on.
Mars Hill in Athens is
Yeah,
where he
that's
preached
pretty
his
cool.
famous, sermon to the unknown God and all those things. Ephesus. We go to Patmos, where John wrote the book of Revelation when he was exiled, which is really cool.
You know what I heard on the History Channel one night when I love the History Channel? They said that back in John's day, there were mushrooms growing on that island. Now, I swear this was on the History Channel, and I was sitting there watching it, because anytime there's Bible something on the History Channel, or any channel, if it's especially a secular channel, I love watching it and see what they said, well, the reason why he saw those dragons coming up out of the ocean is because he's eating those mushrooms. You don't think that could have had anything to do with it, do you?
You need to be careful what you watch.
I guess so. Anyway, y'all, now I need...
But don't be afraid to watch Dinner Conversations.
No, don't be
season
afraid.
2.
We'll steer you theologically in a complete opposite direction of where you need to be. Now listen, my dear sweet friend Tiffany's next, and I think I'm ready for her. I think we're going to listen to that. Let me take this Prelude Tours. Go to preludetours.com, y'all. You're going to love that. If you can. Is it expensive?
No,
Okay, good.
it's great.
Here's Tiffany from VOCTAVE. Can you believe it? It's working. Well, hello.
This is my hubby.
Hey,
He's making a quick appearance so
That-
that
That's
He
the
can-
genius behind everything.
oh yeah. Uh-huh. Is there any? I tried to put all the dirty dishes down. Can you see any dirty dishes? Or anything?
I can't see any.
Okay.
Sounds like y'all have a good time at that house.
I mean, I was so lucky. Are you leaving? Okay.
Yes, I have to go to work.
You
I
have
had
to
to let my daughter into Animal Kingdom for her field trip.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a business manager for a school, a private school.
Oh, cool. And there's a doggy back there, I see.
Oh, we have 2 dogs. We've got 2 Chihuahuas. There's a story there, and
Yeah.
and he'll want to leave for this story.
Okay, I'll see you.
Oh, okay. Bye-bye.
So we have 2 dogs.
Uh-huh.
We got these 2 Chihuahuas. Their names are Jack and Rosie. But we got these dogs when Paris was, like 8 years old. We thought it's time for her to have a dog, right?
Right.
Okay. So she, so instead, he brought home 1 dog, and it was a really cute little dog. I said, bring anything home. I'm pretty flexible. I'm pretty chill. Bring anything home but a Chihuahua.
Oh,
And he brought home a Chihuahua.
no.
Yeah, brought home a Chihuahua, and but then, and I said, and a girl dog. Got to be a girl dog. I don't want, the boy dogs. Love you guys, marking this territory, So, So he brought home a girl dog. Well, she was all sad and wouldn't eat and everything. So, and the guy, that he tried to buy him from he said, you got to buy the brother and sister together. And he's like, man, my wife will kill me. You can't do that, And anyway, long story short, he goes and gets the boy dog. And as soon as the boy dog gets there, she jumped off the table and got a big thing of food and fed him. And it's like, okay, we have 2 dogs now.
Oh.
You know.
So you have a Chihuahua.
So we have 2 named Jack and Rosie.
Jack and Rosie. My brother just got 2 Dachshunds and he named them Andy and Barney.
I love it. I love dachshunds too, but this was just kind of how it worked out. And she ended up not really taking care of them, so they ended up being my dogs. So I'm the alpha male of they don't eat until I come home. I mean, it is what it is.
Oh, well, don't you love it? I love my dogs. I mean, what would you do without them? I love them. They're so excited to see you, and they don't have any of your CDs.
Oh.
Hey,
exactly. They still dig us.
We are already rolling, so I just want to let everybody know who I'm talking to. I'm talking to Tiffany Coburn of VOCTAVE, but not just VOCTAVE. Let me read to you, for those of you who don't know who she is. Tiffany Coburn has been called a singer's singer, and I will attest to that. I've called her that. Her love of music is undeniable. Whether you hear her singing with Disney's Voices of Liberty, VOCTAVE, or performing her own concerts, your heart will be moved by her voice. Her career has been filled with pinch me moments. I love those. At the age of 17, she began the tour life, beginning with the Continental Singers and Orchestra. I remember those days.
Yes.
She has toured with Truth. I remember those days. Lauren L. Harris and Sandy Patty, just to name a few. She has had the privilege of performing as a soloist with the Boston Pops. I got to hear that story. The Orlando and Charlotte Philharmonic Orchestras, appeared at the Lincoln Center and Carnegie Hall, and sang for the closing ceremonies for the Special Olympics. Yeah. She represented the United States, and I want to ask you about this too. She represented the United States at the April-Spring Friendship Festival in Pyongyang, North Korea.
Yeah. Well
oh my gosh, I'm glad you got home.
Yeah, me too.
Let's see what else it said. North Korea against 40 other countries, and brought home first place honors. She recorded the theme song for Share a Dream Come True for Disney's 100 Years of Magic. And it goes on and on. She currently lives in Clermont, Florida, with her husband of 24 years. And I just met him, and so did you, because she didn't know we were already rolling. I love to do that. Just start recording and don't let people know what's going on.
I'm glad. Yeah, and a couple of my dogs that are just here to say hi,
Yeah, I love that. And they're not yapping.
Well, not yet.
They're not yappers.
Well, they are with strangers, but they kind of gave that at first when they heard your voice.
First, let's start with Pyongyang.
Oof.
Tell me about that.
That was in 1995, and I actually went with a team of people from it was called the something leadership conference. Isn't that terrible? I can't remember, but it was a band called Gabriel's Brass. And do you know who Bob Fuller is? He's a professor at Biola University, and he was a director of Continental Brass. And so I met him, years ago. But he was in charge of this called Gabriel's Brass, and it was a brass group, and I was the girl singer. And it was kind of an outreach thing, really. And it was before, Lisa Ling did her big expose on North Korea. I mean, it was like when we were going, it was like the government said, you can't. I mean, once you go, man, that's it. We can't help you. Right. And there was no communication, of course. There was no, text messages back then. So my husband's like, okay, 10 days and we'll just pray and get you home. But it was countries like, Spain and Egypt and, Madagascar and things like that. And it was all different kinds of of talent offerings. So it was dancing, it was beautiful orchestrations, it was everything you could think of, and then we had me and the brass guys, and so we were there for 10 days, and it was like musical Olympics. Is really what it was.
And y'all came home with first place.
Yeah, and we got a tea set. I mean, like it's stamped on the bottom, Pyongyang. I got pictures. We had a guy that traveled with us that did specific pictures. I mean, you couldn't just take any pictures.
Right.
So we had a specific photographer that took pictures of things they allowed you to take pictures of course. They were very gracious, but I mean, we were watched like hawks, and certainly put in front of things that they wanted us to bow to, which we did not. But they were gracious to us. And so all the things that you see now, all of those very militaristic things, it's all exactly as it was when I was there. It was life-changing. It was really something.
I can't imagine going over there. So let me ask you this. When you didn't bow, what happened?
They, nothing. I mean, they just, and they kind of surprised us on it, actually. It's the craziest story. We got off the van and we were walking around a kind of a circle bend, and it was very quiet, and they were taking us to this beautiful bronze statue. You've seen statues on TV, I mean, they're 3 stories tall. They're just huge. And they walked us up to the statue. It was just stunning. And here's the statue of our great leader. Isn't it beautiful? And they wanted us to bow. And our director of it all said, no, we won't be doing that. And it was, again, absolutely silent. You just thought it was just the people that were leading you and us. Okay, so maybe 20 people. And as we kept going, I turned around and looked, and I'm not even exaggerating. Behind me were about 20,000 people, maybe 15,000 people. Silent. I've never seen anything like it. It was actually quite stunning. And
as if they were on holy ground or something.
Yes, and that's how they respond, there. And they wanted to see the Americans bow to the great leader. That's what they wanted.
I've seen a lot of documentaries on North Korea because I'm fascinated by it. But oh my soul, I'm glad the Lord didn't call me to missions.
Well, me too. And again, exactly right. You have to know that the call that is placed on you as a missionary to the uttermost parts of the world, man, it is a special call, and I know that it's not mine.
So let's go. All right, now let's go back. Tiffany, and what was your maiden name? I saw your
Schwab.
What was it? Schwab. Ooh, are you part of the Schwab family?
Not even a little. Not even the secretary in the front office. Nope.
So you grew up in Florida?
Actually, no. I came here for my job in Voices of Liberty in 1989, or fall of '88, really. I was born in Fullerton, California, lived all over the Southland, and then, which is how I kind of got connected with Continentals.
Okay.
And I did 4 tours with them. Fabulous. And then my family kind of migrated north to Oregon. So my entire family, I'm the oldest of 3. My sister, and then my brother. They all live up there in Oregon with my folks and nieces and nephews, and everybody's in Oregon. I'm in Florida because of my job. So yeah, in the hot, humid, gross. I never thought I'd live here.
Do you get to go home much?
Not as often as I'd like to, but I actually just got off a cruise. VOCTAVE had the privilege of doing a cruise recently, and my husband said, "Why don't you take your sister?" And so she's like my best friend, and so she went with me, and we had a ball. He's so awesome. He's so awesome. He just was like, "Oh, we'll go on another cruise together." He says, "Take your sister. You don't get to see each other. Have a blast."
Oh, that's nice. So you went from Continental Singers to Sandy Patty?
Well, no. I did Continentals, and then I did Voices of Liberty. And so Voices of Liberty.
Danny Murray? No. Voices of Liberty is
Derek Johnson.
Derek Johnson, of course.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking of Voices of Lee. I'm sorry.
That's okay, and that's Danny Murray. Absolutely. Yeah. And I met him through Truth. So I did Voices of Liberty, 1989 to 90.
Love Derek Johnson. He's incredible.
Isn't he wonderful?
Yes.
I mean, and I'll tell you a fun story about him later. But then I went from that to Truth. Roger Breland called and said, "Hey, he actually called and said, I got a tall guy for you. I'm ready to hire you now, Tiffany." He hired Peter Penrose, and Peter Penrose was like 6'1" or whatever, 6'2". I'm 6 feet, and so he says, I'm ready to hire you because I found somebody tall.
Yeah. He's all about how it looks, I guess.
Oh, it changed my life. I mean, all these different musical experiences changed my life, grew me up, But I did Truth, and then I came back to Voices of Liberty. Okay. Derek Johnson was always that guy that would say, "Hey, if you need to go and, for lack of a better term, scratch an itch, a musical itch, go and do it.
Yeah.
And if you want to come back, I'd love to have you back."
Isn't that great?
And he had that control at the time, and so I go to Truth for several years, and then I come back. And then Roger called again and said, I need you. Can you come back? And this time I was married, and he said, "Come and your husband can be the road manager." And so that's what we did. So I went back out in 96, and we did 3 more years, but only as a married couple, which was even cooler experience.
Yeah.
I did Sandy Patty in 91.
And that's when we really met.
That's when we met. Right. Another Time, Another Place tour, right? Or no?
I think so. I did a few dates with her. I'll never forget her asking me, "Now, can you just do 20 minutes? And I said, "For you, I can do 2 minutes." I was so thrilled to be on the road with her. And I mean, I used to daydream about her even knowing my name, you know?
Me too. Me too. I would pinch myself every night. She, without a doubt, is the ultimate musical hero for me. And again, she's probably like, "Oh, don't date me, and don't, say how old I am." And it's not about that. It's about her musical influence to someone like me. I mean, I would buy the CD when it came out and didn't even think about it. I'd buy it all, and I'd go right to my car, and I'd sit in my car and listen to it.
And what song was it that first grabbed your attention? Of course, it was
Via Dolorosa.
Oh, you're kidding me.
No, Via Dolorosa.
It wasn't We Shall Behold Him?
No. Isn't that funny?
That's what it was for me.
I know. It was Via Dolorosa.
Oh, wow.
Of all things. Yes.
It was a beautiful song.
It's incredible, and it was the way she delivered it or whatever. No, I didn't know that We Shall Behold Him moment until later. Isn't that something? Yeah. So so every night that I was on the road with her, I was living a dream. Seriously. Yeah. And she's the same on stages as she is off. She's just the greatest.
She is. She's a lot of fun too. But I found, just like with VOCTAVE, when I came down and did that song did Mary Did You Know with y'all, I thought, first of all, I'd already researched you and found out, and VOCTAVE wasn't as big as VOCTAVE is now. You were on the starting of going on the YouTube and all these different things. And I saw Jody's first. Jody McBrayer, I think, was the first one I saw. Yeah. And I thought, well, Jody McBrayer, because I think y'all had asked me to do it, and I turned it down at first because I didn't know who VOCTAVE was.
Sure.
I think that's the way it worked.
Yep.
And then I saw Jody's, and then I thought, well, why not try it? Oh, am I glad I did.
So we are too.
Everybody there, first of all, are the most talented singers I think I've ever been in one room with. And they're all nice, but aren't most of the most talented people some of the nicest?
Yes.
It really is true.
Absolutely. I think people get intimidated by a really talented person or somebody that's a platform person that has personality. And unfortunately, we put things on them that they don't deserve. Yeah. And it's nice when you meet someone who is just gifted and truly a kind, loving person.
And they belch. and they pass gas. And they sit down to go to the bathroom. And they're a pack of freaks just like the rest of us. They just got a little bit more talent maybe. But we're all a pack of freaks trying to find our way home. And the ground is level. But every now and then, God hands out talent like we hand out Halloween candy. He just hands it. He don't even ask you if you know him. He'll give you something great. And you can't be responsible. I forgot where I was going with all that. See, don't turn 60.
No. Gives talent, and then for you to use it for His glory is everything.
Oh, it's fun too.
Special thing. Now, I will say, I think that VOCTAVE is, VOCTAVE has not been cast as a gospel group. Did you know that?
Oh,
We're
yeah.
not.
Well, I kind of figured that out when I asked Jamie, because I mean, would you say all of them are believers?
Everybody's a believer, but everybody's a believer.
Oh, they are? I didn't know.
Yeah.
Well,
But
that's
it's
cool.
just, we hadn't, we're
So
just
you're
not,
like a Christian plumber. A Christian plumber,
oh no.
you know what I'm saying? It's like you can be a Christian and a plumber. You're a Christian who happens to sing secular music.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
It's
Absolutely.
But when y'all do the hymns, it takes it to a new level. I've seen the Disney stuff and I love it. But when I hear "Oh Holy Night" or what was the one that what's the fella?
Come on, you faithful.
Oh,
Yes.
EJ, right?
EJ Cardona. Yes.
Oh my
Isn't
God.
he spectacular? And he is just the neatest guy, man. He is the neatest guy. He and his family, he's really tight with his family, and
I love that.
like they all went on the cruise, and it just good.
Well,
people.
I follow him on Facebook now. When I discovered that, what was it he sings? "Oh, come all you faithful."
Come on, you faithful.
My gosh, if you haven't seen that, Google "Oh, come all you faithful" VOCTAVE, and you get ready. Put on your seatbelt. And everything you do, you have been called the singer, and you are still young.
Oh,
You are. I tried to figure it out from your thing.
I'm not embarrassed.
How old are you?
I'm 51. I'll be 52 in December.
So
December
when
10th.
do you think, because sopranos got it rougher
Yes.
than baritones. Baritone, we just slide on down to bass. Like Bill Gaither did. But what about sopranos? It seems to me sopranos and tenors lose it the quickest.
Yes, we do.
The vibrato gets a little heavy, and
Yeah.
And what do you think? Why is that?
Well, I'm no doctor,
Right.
but I think that our tissue gets thinner, up.
As you age?
I think so.
Oh.
I just think it's a natural thing. It's a muscle, so you working it out. I'm grateful because I still have an everyday workout,
Oh,
at
you
my
do?
job. But then there's extra stuff with VOCTAVE as well.
When you say you have an everyday workout, you're talking about working at Disney.
Correct.
Okay.
So I'm
Do
forced
you-
to celebrity.
Do you do all those exercises I used to hear the Martins doing? I have to do this to do it. How do they do it?
I have no idea.
You don't do this?
I don't.
No.
Should.
When you're warming up,
Yeah, I don't.
you don't warm up.
Well, I'm being truthful
I don't
here,
either.
okay?
I'm thrilled to hear this.
No, all truth out here. I never warmed up until recently. I had some vocal issues 2 or 3 years ago, pretty serious actually, and it was affecting my. It definitely affected my highs. So because I could hit E flats without even thinking about it. It really wasn't a thing, and then all of a sudden, one day I went for it, and it flipped up into some higher harmonic and. Not even in key. It was clearly something was wrong. Thought it was in my sinus cavity. Turned out I had some acid reflux issues and some nasal stuff too. But anyway, it took some time for me to get that fixed. And throughout that, I was still able to keep my job. And God bless my music director. He allowed me to stay in the group and sing second soprano as opposed to singing all the high stuff. And so, that was a gift. That was a gift because I'm singing better now today, and I have my highs back, but I didn't for a while, and I thought, oh my goodness, this is it. This is it. But there were some medical, reasons for that, and I got all that healed, and it's better. But I do think, by and large, as we age, we just it goes down a little bit. And how we let our egos handle that. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, that was a really hard hit for me. It was because I didn't. I think I had more of an identity with my voice as opposed to who I am in Christ, which is what I should be. Yes, I know He loves me. Yes, I'm a child of His, and yes, I know all those things. But when it comes to reality setting in, you could lose your job, that you could lose your career as a singer, and you've never done anything else. How about that one? Yeah. How about that turn to, yes, Lord, okay, you, as easily as you gave it to me, you could take it away, which you have. So I should probably, get a hold of myself, But there were some real humbling moments, and that, I admit I had an ego that was like, well, I mean, I'm not going to sing the high notes anymore. What? Yeah. And it's not about that. So,
I guess it'd be like me getting up there and nobody laughing anymore. I mean, that would be stunning. Yeah. When you come to expect it, yes. And then, of course, I guess that's what it'd be like. I don't know.
I think that's a perfect.
But I think you having your identity in Christ is so important. But you also have a husband. You also have a daughter, right?
I do.
You have one daughter?
I have one daughter. She's my one and only.
Yeah.
She is 16. She'll be 17 in June, and she has my nose, and that's about it.
Does she sing?
She is him all through and through. She
really?
She has the most amazing sense of humor. You would love her sense of humor. She's just like him. He's terribly funny, which is a big deal to me. I love to laugh, and they both together make me laugh so hard every day, and she can make him laugh, which is even better.
So you're now also doing solo dates.
I am.
You've got a new solo CD out, or whatever they call it now, direct download, or...
I call it CD still. I call it record, actually. Record.
And they can go to tiffanycoburn.com.
Yes, sir. I'm with a wonderful new management team at Narrowgate Entertainment. Mike Swift is my manager, and he's just fantastic. And we just kind of started this new relationship last year, and it's just been fantastic.
Have you done some concerts?
I have. I've had the privilege of singing. I've done some stuff with Larnell and Point of Grace. I'm thinking, who are they? Right. Point of Grace, and then just little things here and there. I did some stuff with Taranda Green, which talk about a voice.
Oh yeah.
And here, you know what? As a sidebar, she's another one of the most breathtaking singers I've ever known, and the most precious person.
Down to earth.
I mean, and
almost a little bit below the earth, just a little bit. I mean, she is so fantastic, so funny, so. I've known her since she was 12.
I believe it.
She came up in line. She still brings this up every now and then. I said, "What's your name?" Signing an autograph or something. She said, "Taranda," and she said, I went, "What kind of name is that?" And I went on about her name. Did you slap your mama? I don't know what I said.
No, she's so darling, and so I had a chance to do something with her, and Charles Billingsley. I've done several things with him, but doing some stuff by myself here and there when I can. I'm off on the weekends at Disney, which is really, after being there so long, they've been really kind to, give me that opportunity. And so I've been able to.
Now, most of your concerts that you do alone, are they turning out to be churches or events, banquets, whatever?
It's actually whatever, but right now it's just what's coming in has been mostly churches. I'm doing something with a worship team, Shadow Mountain Community, Dr. Jeremiah's church.
Oh, nice.
And with one of their worship teams for a Kay Arthur conference in April. So that's I guess my first conference, but just kind of whatever's coming in right now is churches, but it's just whatever it is.
Well, I know you don't, since you don't warm up, you could sing something a cappella, since you are in an a cappella song, in an a cappella group, VOCTAVE, Go check them out, VOCTAVE, and you'll know this sweet darling.
Oh, man.
She's got the biggest smile going all the time. I don't know if you cannot smile. And I love how you sing with your head cocked. Have you ever noticed that?
Yeah,
You do.
yeah.
You sing, and I love
all the
that.
time.
I mean, I just think it's you. It's your style, and I love it.
It's so funny because you don't see that you've got a specific style. When I sing, I'm communicating a lyric, or whatever. But people say, well, when you do the sweep, then we'll do, and when you do the stars, then I'm like, oh, are you making fun of me?
Because it's Sandy Patty connection.
I can't think that they're watching me. I have to just do what I do.
Oh, honey, you be you. You
Yeah.
be you. That you do that so well. And everybody else was taken. That's that old line. You be you. Everybody else was taken. Sing something for us, and sing every verse you know. Don't just give me a taste.
Oh goodness!
An old hymn of your favorite old hymn.
I'll just sing a little something for you.
Okay.
I sing because I'm happy, and I sing because I'm free. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know he watches me, and I know he watches me.
Oh,
Little rasp, I don't know,
that's
but
beautiful.
oh man, I love the old hymns. I was raised on them. And Bill and Gloria Gaither songs.
Oh yeah, me too.
Which are hymns now too, but oh man, so when I got to do this new hymns album, we were trying to pick, songs that would be familiar and comforting, and so I didn't do that specific one, but How Great Thou Art is on there, and VOCTAVE did that. Jamie Ray did that arrangement, and it's pretty powerful.
He doesn't realize how good he is.
I know.
I mean, he really doesn't. He's just a kid.
I know. And he just, and he cranks them out,
I told him, I said, what could you have done with 2 arms?
And you know what, too? That's another wonderful thing about him. It's just, he was born that way.
Oh, he died laughing when I said that.
Yeah, and he's got that humor. He was raised to have 2 arms. His family, and he is so close to his family. They come to everything. They support him so well, and support us. It's beautiful. And but he's independent, man. You don't even realize it. Yeah.
Well, however they raised him, everybody should take note.
I agree.
Especially if you have a child with any kind of what might be called handicap. I guess being born with 1 arm would be considered a handicap at least 30 years ago, and even today. But nevertheless, you would never know.
I know.
I mean, the arrangements, the brilliance, he's so amazing.
God has gifted him in such amazing ways, and so to have the privilege of having them do a song on my record was really special, and they're my friends, so I wanted to be part of it too. And so Jamie did all the backup vocals on every song, and so then they're all in my record. They're all the backup vocals in different configurations. Sure, but all part of it. And
isn't it fun when you travel with people you like?
Yeah, how about that?
Makes all the difference in the world.
That you just laugh all the time, and but we've and I mean it's family. It becomes family, You know how it is. Sure. Although traveling's different now. Wouldn't you say? We don't all do buses like we used to.
Well, I didn't really do a bus until like the last 6 years. I mean, for my solo dates, I would lease them, but I bought one the last 6 years. But I would think with a big group like that, y'all have to get in and get back. You have to fly.
We do right now because there's still 5 of us that are full time at Disney.
Right.
See, so we can only go a little here and a little there, and there's several of us that have families, with kids. Our Crystal, our low alto, she's got 4 under the age of like 8,
Yeah.
And then Ashley, the one who stands in the middle, she's got 2 little ones, one is 6 months old, one is 2, I think. So, and then I mean, mine's 16, and she's a teenager.
She can handle herself.
Well, she and her dad are such buds,
Yeah.
And I've done this my whole life, so the only thing I get.
You got it a little easier than those with the babies. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, honey, I thank you for being on Mondays with Mark. This has been so much fun. I've so looked forward to this. And when you come to Houston, I will be there. When you're coming with VOCTAVE to Houston, I hear. And if you come to Houston doing any solo gigs, you better call me.
I will always call you. And if you're there, great. If you're not, I'll catch you the next time.
That's
but
right.
Thank you for having me.
I love you, honey.
I love you back. Have a great day, Mark. Bye. Bye, everybody.
Isn't she sweet?
That was a great interview.
Silence, we're back on the air. Jeff Bennett, when he heard me say what I said about Jamie Ray having one arm, and I said, just think what you'd have done if you'd have had 2 arms. And Jeff said, just think what you'd have done if you'd have had a filter. Hey, y'all, I got to tell you, we're having a sale over there on marklowry.com. The best of Mark Lowry, volumes 1 and 2 is available. You get both CDs for $15 for a limited time only at marklowry.com/store. You can get the best of Mark Lowry, volumes 1 and 2.
Clearance never sounded so.
I know it's a going out of business sale. Let's see what else we got. Oh, next week, Michael O'Brien. Google him if you don't know who he is. Michael O'Brien, great singer, great guy. Been traveling. He opened for me back years ago. Do you remember him?
I don't.
Where were you when I was out touring with all these people opening for me?
I don't know. Probably raising kids.
Oh, yeah, those 2 that still live with you?
Yeah, still raising.
All right, y'all. We will see you. Colleen, you going to be my Tammy Faye on this show?
Well, it looks like it. Yeah.
I guess so. Isn't it fun? I like you being here. This is fun.
It's fun to do this.
I hope y'all will be with us and on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter every Monday night that I can be here, 7 p.m. Central, with Jeff Bennett and a studio audience. We need to have a studio audience every week. Jeff, bring some people from your choir next Monday, and we'll just fill this room up with singers.
Put them in the bed.
Yeah, put them all in the bed. We'll have Mark Lowry's bed Mondays with Mark. Maybe not. Hey, we went an hour and 7 minutes tonight. I hope that lady, what was her name? I can't remember. She was just griping about us. She said she waited all week for Mondays with Mark, and then we just go 30 minutes. I'm glad you like it. I think her name was Kay, but I'm not sure. Let me know. All right, y'all.
Good night.
Good night.
Night.